Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Nobunaga's Ambition Awakening on the Mysterious JG. Played around real briefly between videos with, because I just keep, game is just, it's so irritated that I don't have, emigres. So I played around a little with this, and I came closer to wanting to switch Vulture Bean out to a different conservator that would, because we could put Kanataka Tatsu in there, and our musket level would increase, and our cavalry, or our gold would go down. Or better yet, Takeshi Arashi increase musket level and decrease cavalry level. This is actually probably the most effective thing we can do, and honestly, at this point, what's holding me back is that Vulture Bean has been the conservator for so long, and what she does is still useful. It's probably not as good for us at this point. With our best officers mostly have been in the force long enough to have a bonus from that. But, yeah. Now, I mean, I could kick some people out here, but everyone's kind of doing what we need them to do. Way of the Oda. Dawn of Revolution's good. That's good. I mean, Code of the Commoner hasn't done that much for us. Do I have 8 formations issued, actually? Did I put him in charge of that? No, I got it going at its basic. Pincer attack +6. We can afford it, but honestly, the +3 is probably enough. Gets pretty... I mean, this is a cheap one. So is Psycho Rules. We can afford to level these up now that I'm looking at them.
Very well.
Psycho Village Rules is really the one where I'm like, it doesn't get much, it doesn't do that much for us different until we kick it all the way up to level 3. But this, even better pincering, and then this one, faster farm. Now as I look at it again, I'm second guessing that it's needed, but none of it's needed. But because I actually saved the game and fiddled with that stuff and loaded, we have a proposal from Kanataka Tatsu. She thinks that we should go after the Ashikaga clan. Our 450,000 soldiers are up against their about 30k. The enemy seems well prepared for invasion. We want to take advantage of the defend a castle. Expect a large-scale siege to settle it. 3 allies. Yeah. I mean, overthrowing the shogun is going to be the end of the game, really. Because once we've done that, it's just toppling a few more castles. And we've got plenty of things right now. We ended the last video. We got Kanataka Tatsu working on making the armies of Uncle Baldo even more effective. Probably want to cycle some officers from cities that won't be participating in the invasion over to Uncle Baldo, so that his unit will be more effective in combat. His unit. Any place that's 100% developed, which would be every place. Over here, probably. So we don't want to make these changes permanent, but for now... Wait, what? Oh. He's... I'm doing it backwards? What am I doing? I'm doing it backwards. This is just so that he's got some officers to lead those troops. So this was where up here? Yeah. If he can do more, he should do more.
You have my thanks.
Let's do a similar exercise over here. Although over here, we might actually have Yeah, we got a full set of officers because this guy, he must have like trained us or something. We gave him full control for an extended period. And I don't think any of these other things are just him. It's hard to tell with those tiny little portraits, though. You guys will likely be asked to march.
I await your command.
I never did bother to get a resupply base going over here. I thought about it. They can certainly be part of the initial landing. They're probably not going to be part of the army that pushes home to the end. So let's I'm confused. I've confused myself. Okay, so it's as I suspected, he's okay. So we do have Murataka doing like we have a portrait that's kind of similar. So I got myself confused. So this is a different guy. This is the same guy. So we could bring you in. Location's quite close. We can shorten the time without any landholders.
I'm deeply grateful.
And then this. Well, we got really high-end eagle-eyed, although it doesn't matter because no one's using tactics against these guys. You guys, it's not an impressive army at all. Yeah, because we made you a trading city. There's probably no sense in involving you. And over here, okay. So really, off of Chōsokabe, we're marching out of 3 or 4 cities. I don't think Aki's just too far. You are surveying a territory. So yeah, I really only have about 4 cities off of Chōsokabe. 5. Off of Chōsokabe, off of Shikoku. And then, yeah, trying to do the rest of it off of these fairly newly taken Mori cities. That's the trick. So as I have places that have okay, no, you're different. See, the portraits are so freaking small. I really wish you could see their names. I don't have great eyesight anymore, but I feel like this is probably challenging anyway. So I was at a place earlier where people had to do double duty, but now I really don't want that because it does limit the effectiveness of the units. And fairly soon, I think we're going to be at war. Okay. Yeah, that's the same guy. Okay. That's a different guy. It's not. I'm perfect away from battles. He does have better stats for away from battles. This is a substitute. He's now an infantry leader.
On your deck.
So I guess a couple of substitutes got promoted while I wasn't, while I was away from keyboard, I guess. I was trying really hard to spot all those changes, but one of them snuck in. And I just did you. Okay. Looks like I actually got these places taken care of. Oh, nope.
I didn't dream of a happiness greater than this. I'm deeply grateful.
And again, this comes down to the fact that we just get more income from places that are managed. Even if they've already developed, we get more income out of them, food and gold, if there's an officer there. All right, so this means I will have, this should mean these two substitutes are both still chiefs, and that these two are ready to become more powerful warriors. And once again, using the chiefs for territorial problem duty is getting them experience. I'm not going to run out. It's just likely that I'll have some pretty mediocre chiefs getting promoted up now. This guy, 53, 66, 44, 40, he's, yeah, super middling.
I'm in your debt.
But he gets a chance to chillax with the daimyo. I invited him because he was down on his luck. And he probably would have been a guy I made the chief.
I will do everything in my power for my lord.
You know what? It's not too late to do that. He's better than multiple guys that I just made chiefs.
I will take care of it.
Sorry, Chikamoto Joe, but Aranobu Yamada is better at war. He's better in general, but he's significantly better at war. And we are going to at least try to get Oko to make some difference in the big coming attack. Now, that also means we've got a little labor for a port. Maybe Chikamoto Joe can work on that so he doesn't feel left out. Although, again, I'm sending these guys who are going to take 90 days to do everything, and they're eating up one labor the whole time.
Have you a moment to spare?
Treaty with Shimazu ends in 2 months. When expires, soldiers in the enemy territory will have to withdraw. Understood. Bodyguard formation level 3 has been issued to further improve the condition of the clan. That expansive land was used to grow rice. Oh, can you freaking imagine? 54 days. It's not likely to make a difference unless we get it done. So I won't send a chief to do this. I'll just let the actual officers there do it, because it's much more likely to increase the max troops in time to make a difference. Speaking of things that might happen in time to make a difference. 113 days. Of course, because it's the exact same thing and the exact same defaulting officer. Why would I expect it to be any different? Serafina Baldo. No more farm to be seized.
I will see it done.
Because Kana Takatatsu is doing something that takes 4 labor, so as soon as she's free, she'll immediately have 4 labor to do whatever is handy for her to do.
I'm absolutely thrilled.
The Tuichi tribe have responded to our request.
I shall serve you well.
Didn't get an officer, but we get their forces. Because I usually use the march out of a city command rather than the march to a target command, which is the tribes don't even march unless you do it a way that I don't usually do it. So anyway, success. That's all of the county development has happened in some place or other, so that's good. Once this small unit deployment level 5 has been issued, we couldn't have asked for anything better. And we have a supply station completo. We've got 10 whole labor to play with. Kana Takatatsu chomping at the bit to build some kind of super facility with game-breaking power.
At once.
But we won't even have her do that one. We'll have her build something somewhere else. You are full up. Maybe she can... No, Rice Dealer level 1 is fine. I thought I was about to just check here. I did not just check here. Supply station requires a tiny little bit more... Alright, so what if I start building a irrigation canal?
I will see it done.
And assuming this place isn't already... They haven't seized all their fares. So we'll grab a little bit more commerce here. I think that's more than enough, actually.
Leave this to me.
Expansive land was used to grow rice. Oh man, that would blow my mind. Absorb vassals. Aka clan are in a precarious state. Why don't we absorb them into our clan? Because we're not evil? No, I think we are evil. Let's absorb them.
Hear my thoughts.
Clear farmland in a place that kinda... Does that matter? No, that's pretty far away. I don't think we're actually going to use it. So I'll hold on to this labor for now in case that other clan that we absorb... Like, we're vassalized all these people at the same time, so it's a little random when they become available. Alright, we've got 1 in reserve.
Understood.
As long as I've got 1 labor, it means that we'll have 4 for Kana Takatatsu. Oh, but now I got distant employment, but I also finished the irrigation canal. So let's do distant employment.
I have something to suggest.
I just can't stop collecting officers, even though I've already got tons. Right? What I need now? Although actually, I've got a ton of chiefs who are all super mid, because they do kind of more or less auto put at the top of people to move in as substitutes. The best statted folks you have. I think they're roughly sorted by leader, so you could have some really high pole officers with low leader that don't get considered, but broadly speaking, the guys who are at the top of the list when you're looking for a chief are going to be your best officers. So I did I go ahead and add that farm? Yeah, now I'm sitting here waiting. Okay, Ana Takatatsu is available again, so... I mean, she could construct this thing up to level 2 pretty fast. It just increases your harvest. I mean, that's important in the long term more than the short term. Because we might be marching out of that place only once. It's good for allowing you to stockpile more food for a big march. And all these, but these places are not quite sitting on their maximum supply stockpiles yet. Yeah, this is where I'm literally waiting for the commerce seizure to complete. I think I'm kind of running out of places to min-max that are up here. Checking the same places multiple times. This place is... Until add-on complete, 217 days. Okay, so this was a mistake. I should have... if I'm going to have I should have had kind of Takatatsu manually build this place up. It's never going to be an amazing bastion of troops, but it's close enough that it can actually get there and make a little difference in these fights, so. Instantly we have a shrine to build. But now we got the labor back. Country development is... somebody or other made a full recovery, that's nice. Add a shrine. Or clear farmland far away from the front line of the war we're about to have. What is this going to do? Adds to commerce. Okay. I mean, that's good, but honestly, in the short term, I don't care about it. This will be...
Acknowledged.
this will be getting more troops in the other front line. Cough, cough, and neglect my health. I thought you just made a full recovery. I think that's the same guy. Misinformation. He wants to employ.
I would like to express an idea.
Are any of these no? All the suggestions are still against the
Please hear
Shogun,
my thoughts.
and we are totally loyal to the Shogun. We would never harm the Ashikaga.
You a moment to spare.
Our days with peace of the Shimazu clan are now past. We should remain keen on their activities. I'm just curious if they're going to instantly attack. Town Law 2 has been issued. Alright, he's got a message from Zerfall indicating I've got a few more minutes to finish this video, so we're fine. I'm still waiting for this, we're lacking one labor. Okay. But the, yeah, that mine got seized. All right, so let's wait for a labor to free up and do this. And we'll let a chief do it.
I will handle
For the
this you.
experience, that leaves us 4. We've got the city over here that I set on auto, but it's just not, it wasn't going anywhere. That's not it. We'll have Kana do that.
Consider it taken care of.
And then somebody can build the all-important shrine.
Understood.
I do feel like I'm slowing down development slightly to give more chiefs an opportunity to get some glory, because sitting around as substitutes here when there's nothing to do isn't... I think they still get some glory, honor, but I don't think they're like really leveling up because they're not seizing farms and stuff. 8 formations level 2 has been issued. Large farm clan targets been completed. Further improve the conditions of your clan. Large farm crops plus 300. Yet another farmland is available to clear, and it is handily. Alright, the Bloody Handed is the one who brought it to our attention, but you know what? He can do it in less than a month. Let's just have him do it. Everything doesn't have to be left for a chief to do. At some point, either the Shimazu will attack us or I will run out of patience, so... You guys are adding over here, yeah, 3 days, and that is in order for us to add this bad boy. So I should wait and not have Anatakatatsu do anything until it's ready. And I think it's ready. Kana Takatatsu, slightly less so than Anatakatatsu because of the tweaks to improve muskets that I haven't really used her for. But like that's a game break. Like if I was going to do this again, I might need slightly less. There's a handful of people who knew the game better than I did when they designed their characters. Like Anatakatatsu is game-breakingly powerful domestic officer if you're willing to abuse her, which I am. I mean, I wouldn't be willing to abuse a woman in real life, but in this game, and when the abuse is, like, she's a very highly valued person in the clan. She just doesn't have a castle because she's too busy running the economics of the empire. But why am I talking about abuse? But no, between her and Earl King, just, like, fucking controlling the minds of our foes and when they were and were not allowed to engage with us at the early parts of this LP made a big difference, for sure. I have found Lord Takoe Nomi, wishes to serve our clan. He's got an interesting outfit. He's a Kobayakawa retainer, an illegitimate son of the Kobayakawa clan. Motonari Mori married Nomi no Okada into the family, created cooperation between the two clans, imprisoned his lord Shigehira Kobayakawa, then placed his own third son, Takakage, as the head of the Kobayakawa clan. Okay. His stats are pretty good. He's got the code of the pirate.
I shall stake my life.
He is likely to be someone that we received an offer from the recently employed. I was about to say he's likely to end up being made a substitute pretty quickly, but instead he's going to train us in piracy. He wants a domain with a trade port. He will give us intelligence. We will absolutely do that. What is the one he actually wants? This country is planned to be appointed because it has a trade port. And no one is running it right now. This is perfect. How much gold would we need to get 22 more? A lot. I think I need to buy some treasures. The problem is I can't buy shitty treasures. Alright. So we just gave away our last, like, free treasure. But that gave us now where we've got, hundreds of officers are getting more intelligent.
I have never known such joy.
So I think I do need to actually buy some treasure. I really wish... JG Mystery is humanitarian. It comes from my talking about abusing women. That's what gave me that humanitarian award. Yeah, it kind of makes sense that people are getting domestic titles right now because we actually haven't fought anybody in a couple of months.
I have never known such joy.
To have achieved the rank of senior retainer brings great joy. Yep, good for you. So I'm going to buy the cheapest treasures I can. And that was most of our money, but I keep running into these situations where I don't have an easy way. I mean, I suppose I could be... Can I give out shogunate titles? Or is it only... We don't need 100 trust with these. Oh, we're only at normal. They're not particularly interested. They have overpowering prestige. Maybe it's time to start negotiating with these guys, with the shogunate again. Not negotiating, like making goodwill with them, just to get a few titles out of them that I can give to people. Because sadly, I don't get to just give away shogunate titles once I'm the shogun for loyalty. I don't think so, anyway. Actually, once you're the shogun, you've won the game. So you can topple the shogunate, but you're not the shogun until you win the game when you're the shogun. So it doesn't make a difference that there's no mechanic for you to give. Well, if you make yourself the shogun, no. In this game, if you make yourself the shogun, you win. And if you decline the titles until you've conquered Japan, it's different. There's other games you can make yourself shogun, and then you don't declare the war ban. But that is a slightly different situation from the one that we have in this game. So we could start doing sneak attacks against Shimazu officers. I'm gonna let them draw first blood on that. It'll make me feel a little bit better about attacking them when the time comes.
The matter is safe in my hands.
I gotta call it a video here pretty soon. I'm already running a little long, but okay, the foundry's already in the works, so to speak. Works, foundry. You get it? It wasn't actually really a joke. I wouldn't say it qualifies as a joke. Might as well have... Oh, Kana's not available. $113 days. $75 days. Oh, to 57. Okay.
At once.
When Kana is done, we'll have her quick... Where is Kana? What is she doing? She's working at supply station. Okay. She's working hard. I'm not trying to give her a hard time. Distant employment failed for some reason.
Success.
Now that the negotiations of the Aki clan are complete, they wish to become members of the Chōsokabe. Guess there's no other way. Kai clan have fallen to the Chōsokabe clan. Go ahead and put their own former ruler in charge.
I'm deeply grateful.
Looks like I got some guys to promote during their territorial duty work.
Deeply grateful.
Oh, I thought I gave you territorial duty to make you feel better about having not become a
I'm deeply grateful.
substitute, but I guess you finished yours.
I'm truly grateful.
Yeah, these guys didn't really have enough officers to develop their city anyway. So we're getting a little bit more out of these guys than we are out of some of the people that got assigned recently. Alright, I gotta call it a video, but I also know this would be the last one I do today, so it's not that I'm... It's not separation anxiety, I just want to get to where I'm kind of set for a moment, because I know I'm going to have lots of time to forget what I was doing. So I do want 10 more days. I want Kana to be working on... Well, you know what? Somebody else can do it. How long would it take you? 121 days. No, we need to wait for her. Yeah, 42 days.
See it done.
It was worth the wait. She won't be able to do anything else for 42 days, but I got... You guys can work on 102 days to get even more troops here. Why wouldn't we? It's probably not the most efficient thing in the world, but honestly, it's perfectly using all of our labor before the video ends.
At once.
We just got these. Yeah, you got like you're gonna have almost 20,000 troops under your command, old. That's gonna be a pretty impressive. Because Ald is currently ruling what would be the capital under the Otomo clan, who are definitely one of the clans that can conquer the land. Although actually, wow, I'm impressed by how many troops we ended up with here as well. But all right, that's it for this video. When we come back next time, again, I'm tempted to just wait until the Shimazu try something, but if you know, at some point I'm going to run out of stuff to develop up here, and I'll probably just switch over to microing kind of Takatatsu to build up cities that are over here, while simultaneously marching on the Shimazu. Because honestly, there's very little chance that an attack against the Shimazu will go so poorly that the Shimazu will be able to counterattack and take anything from us. And we're now in a position where, because, you know, early game, one of the challenges is if you attack one of your neighbors, this is like my first Nobunaga's Ambition experience ever, playing as the Oda, and I couldn't attack the Imagawa without the Takeda attacking. Part of that was because they were allies, but also it was just a simple fact that, like, yeah, as soon as I marched troops out of one of my cities, it was exposed. That's not a problem for us anymore, because we can definitely... we're bigger than the Oda were at their height of power right now, and Nobunaga met his end when he stayed home while sending Hideyoshi out to fight in the west and Katsuie to fight in the east, and he just took it easy because he couldn't be everywhere his armies needed to be at once. Anyway, this one went long. I've had a lot of them go long in this session. Apologize. I don't plan for that, but it's happened. And hopefully you will forgive. Love you. Bye.